Hi, this is Jacob Baugh, Jacob Slatter with Team Cardhoarder. We're back for round 4 with green-white Rites, and we won the die roll. Let's see. Seemed to be pretty great if we had a green mana on this card, but as it is, we're going to have to mulligan. This hand is not great. Is it better than 5, though? I'm gonna have lands. I think I'm just gonna have to keep it. I'll take a spell. Just play this Fortified Village. Hills Forest. Okay. Sucks I actually can't cast that on turn 3 as is. Because I don't have a 2-drop. But so be it. I'm just going to play this. So I have no plays. Get my medium beats on with my Lone Dryad. I forgot what our opponent is playing. We are still in the dark. There you are, 2-drop, just on time. Continue our beats, and turn is over. So not sure what our opponent's playing. It could be control, could be harness lightning, with a pretty sketch mana base to start with in their opener, I guess. Looks like control. So Fairgrounds Wardens at their worst. And that card's great. Don't know if it's gonna resolve though. Hopefully it does. If it's rebuffed, I'm probably dead. I need something like this card to put me into the game. Make it 2/2. Dissipate. Alright. I wonder what our opponent kept. Was it like Aether Hub and Island Anticipate? And then they drew Funeral as their mana base? It's a pretty greedy keep, I would say, but I guess it's fine. Alright, do your worst. More Funerals. So just drawing all mono Funerals. Alright. Is there anything I have to worry about if I plus Gideon? Not that I can think of. So just gonna plus Gideon. Turning the game as fast as possible. I don't think I'm gonna play Gisela though. Where might I get an energy from? Oh, they kept one from Harness Lightning. Okay, that makes sense. Panic Bombardment. Well, that changes things, I guess. If they're bombarding, then I don't think they have the sweeper, or they would just sweep. So I'm just gonna play another threat and just pass the turn. Yep. Clears all my opponent's energy. So this hub is just a colorless land. If they are on 3 colors and not just blue-red. Oh, no, no. Remind more hubs. Right. Oh, I just skipped my Gideon activation. That's awkward. Can't have 6 anymore since I have Duskwatch Recruiter. Harness Lightning, not my Duskwatch Recruiter. Huh? I'm very confused. Alright. This is a weird turn of events. I don't know why you would sorcery speed this Gear Hulk. I guess you have to now that he knows I have Avacyn. But so I Fairgrounds Ward in this thing, get in for 6. If I not missed my damage last turn, I think I'm actually just gonna make a knight. Play Lancers. Bruna. It's 1 land off of casting Bruna. I have Giselle in my graveyard, so this thing certainly isn't attacking. Would have been nice to put Gideon at 6, but it's still fine, I think. There's 3 cards. Tap land. Alright. It's time to plus Gideon. Could make an emblem. What's an emblem put me at? Huh. So if Fairgrounds Ward and my opponent has removal, it's really bad for me. But it basically has to be 4th Harness Lightning. It could be a Galvanic Bombardment, I guess, as well. So, don't really want to do that. My other line is just make Night Ally. And hold up Avacyn. End of turn. Hopefully my opponent probably has the draw 2, scry 2 thing. More anticipates. Maybe both. If I had got to attack with that Gideon that one turn, I don't know if this game would have actually turned out better for me. He'd be at lower life, most likely, but I probably would have had a Gideon at 1 right now. Or dead. Anticipate into Glimmer, right? Hub. Turn to play the Angel. I think my opponent most definitely should have done that to my Lancer with the trigger on the stack to flip it, but I will accept it. Or do I think my opponent has another counterspell? I think it's time to attack my opponent. So I think I emblem. To play around Galvanic Bombardment. And then play my Fairgrounds Warden. I can't realistically play around Harness Lightning, but I think I can play around the other card very easily by doing this. Alright, so my opponent did have Galvanic Bombardment, so not going to play Servant in case they have a sweeper. I got more use out of this Fairgrounds Warden than I thought I was going to in this matchup. The card is pretty atrocious, that's for sure. Most of the time it's just going to re-trigger a Gearhulk. Attack with everything. Alright. I assume my opponent didn't have any outs there, but... Alright. Cards I like in this matchup. Not these. This card does something. They have Thing in the Ice. This card is great. Always Watching is great. I don't think they have any flyers for Clip Wings. Kind of want Thalia, but it dies to all their removal, so it's pretty medium in that regard. So we have non-creatures. These Gideon is great, but kind of unreliable. Postboard, most likely have more counter spells. How many creatures am I down to? 26? It's not very high. I cut 3 of them. Basically, as it would stand, I would have no way to remove a creature from the battlefield with this configuration. I think that's probably a problem. I would think they have Thing in the Ice. So I probably want some number of declarations. But if I'm putting this card in my deck, I can't really cut more creatures, can I? I can't cut Gideons. Maybe it's just not this card. Maybe I just do this. Actually, Avacyn is actually pretty bad. It has that flash, but it also should be able to just wipe my own board with it. So maybe I just like don't want Avacyn. My opponent should have wiped my board with Avacyn last game, and I would have probably been dead. But I did not. I think my opponent will probably have Radiant Flames too, so maybe I should board according to that as well. Cut some of the ones. This could be right to just cut a right. Just keep this. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. Sand is not great as well. Does have turn 2 Servant, which is likely to die in a fiery death. But I think it's a keep. Bruna is very good in this matchup because of the cast trigger to returning a thing, so I'm fine having it in my opener. And I have a stone for a potential thing in the ice, which is a good insurance policy. I'm just supposed to play this. Annoying. Maybe that wasn't right. I really wanted that card to resolve, that's why I played it before they had 3. This is just going to eat a removal spell, I imagine. Did not eat a removal spell. Huh. It's in my opponent's hand if they want that to stick around. Hopefully I draw land. Did that. Check. I think I want to play Duskwatch Recruiter and just hold up activation. Alright. My opponent is now down on Harness Lightning, and I am even. 3-1 Inspector was actually a consideration there, but I think Duskwatch Recruiter, because I kind of want to draw more lands, which means I would kind of want to take Thraben, but Duskwatch Recruiter is just so good, I don't think I can pass on it. Alright, I found my land anyways. So, I'm just going to make the same play I made last turn, except for I can attack for 2 this time, if I want to. Which I don't, because my opponent has a Wandering Funeral. I don't think I care. My opponent has Wandering Funeral. If they want to trade their land for my land, I'm down. I want to make sure this doesn't get countered also, if I can all possible. Alright. Eat 2 of my opponent's cards. Opponent does not have their land. Thraben. Continue the card advantage train. Okay, return. You. I didn't think my opponent would have that card. Alright, so I thought my opponent would have the sorcery speed one. If I thought my opponent at any point had Cow's Electric Turn in their deck, I would have prioritized always watching a lot more than I did. Okay, I'm just going to play always watching to play around rebuff. Void Shatter. Sure. My opponent points Void Shatter on that card. I'm also happy with that, because that means these aren't getting exiled. I can return them later. Dynavolt Tower. Okay, they're on tower, not thing in the ice. So I know that for post board now, for later. I think I'm just gonna play an Avacyn. End of turn. I could play an Avacyn now and just put them on exactly rebuff. That is a decision. I think Sigard is better than Avacyn. It's just my opponent having Flame Lash in the deck, but I think I'm just gonna run Avacyn into most likely a counterspell on the end of my opponent's turn. Nope. I'm just gonna kill with the trigger on. Yep. It's assuming it was gonna happen. So, just, alright, I drew my land. Well, my opponent doesn't have another Void Shatter. Can't imagine they kept in too many Void Shatters against me. Alright, they're burning a rebuff, which I like. Right, just make sure I don't click through paying for this. Yes. Okay. Put them in enough to use this, I guess. Is that what's going on? Okay. Alright. Killed all my opponent's energy. I have one card left. And I still have this Bruna to cast. So. Got a few more on me. Alright, and deal. That means I can Bruna into Sigarda. And I can play the other card. So use this. I could get a Duskwatch Recruiter, but I think this is better. Yes. Check you for one. I have two Giant Angels for my opponent to deal with. Right. What does that do? Can that kill anything? Harness Lightning? I guess Harness Lightning is enough with the trigger. Annoying. Get no tokens out of my Sigarda. But so be it. Put a knight into play. Attack. I don't know if actually making a knight was correct. I kind of wanted to go to 5. Alright, my opponent didn't draw anything, so they conceded. Alright, we won that one. The matchup seemed pretty easy with all the card advantage engines that I'm playing in green-white. I can just out advantage the control decks. I did draw a lot of Duskwatch Recruiters, which is partially to it, but 3-Bit Inspector does a lot of work, and so does Bruna. So, and Gideon, obviously. But, alright, let's go to the next one.